Welcome to Queer Coded Country, where Yeehaw meets Yes Queen.
A podcast about growing up in the South and realizing that it's pretty dang queer. I'm Tucker.
And I'm Hunter. And I'm also gonna call out that you're contractually obligated to comment on my outfit.
Mm-hmm.
But today,
I showed up to work.
someone finally clocked in, like Dorit has clocked in this season on Beverly Hills. You came to work. You've got a Camp Tucker shirt?
Camp Tucker, bitch. Well, tonight we're going back to camp. We're reliving camp memories, all the good times, some of the questionable times. But Camp Tucker existed when I turned 29. My friends surprised me with a camp-themed surprise birthday party. They had Camp Tucker shirts. They had green bandanas, everything, which it's giving like Parent Trap.
Yeah. Well, proof that the gays have always loved camp.
Yep.
And I'm excited to say that if you're listening, we've described the Camp Tucker shirt, but you can now see it for yourself on YouTube.
That's right.
We're live.
We are on YouTube. Our videos are up on YouTube. You can expect us to be continuing to upload our videos, so you will see us in all our glory. You'll see me clocking in on episode 11. Hunter's been clocked in.
Well, here's the thing. I really want people to watch so that they can see my visceral reaction to last week's or the recent week abstinence essay to know how truly disturbed I was. Yep. I think it adds a lot to the story.
You're gonna get so much more by just seeing Hunter cackle, me flick my pen, nod my head.
Always with the pen, like taking notes, going down.
You never know when inspiration is gonna strike.
Yeah, you don't know. And if YouTube is not your jam, it should be.
Yeah, that's right.
You can still subscribe, swipe up. What are all the things that you can do on social platforms? Please, it means so much to us. We love comments.
Yeah.
Chili's
validate us.
Literally just responded to us. You know, we are two gay men that grew up very closeted, and validation is a very important thing to us.
That's right.
And this is how you can show up and validate us.
Please do so.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how's your mom and them?
Oh, girl. That's a loaded question.
Oh, shit.
I was
sorry I asked.
I mean, it is good to, check in.
Yeah.
Last week, I was in a full fucking spiral.
Oh, shit.
I think February is my least favorite month of the year. I was unwell. I don't know. I was like all over the place. I was literally just like a ball of anxiety, just not living, laughing, loving, which is what I try to always do.
Yeah. I feel very similarly. My mom and him, I'm like so sick of hibernating. I'm ready for some sunny days because it reminds me of the days at camp.
I have to say, okay, so I've been in a deep spiral.
Okay.
Like very deep. And I'm out of it.
Good.
Ish. How out of it can be.
We'll pull you out by the end.
But I have to say this, like listening back to the podcast. I'm a therapy girly.
That's right.
I love therapy. Listening back to us tell stories that I know, that I lived, whatever. I'm like Kylie Jenner. I'm like realizing things. I'm like, I'm like literally connecting all of these dots, and I'm like viewing myself from a different perspective. And I'm like, oh my God, like I have some fucked up relationships with things, and again, I'm realizing things. And again, I don't want to, go into it. I got to save that for doctor.
That's right.
A doctor didn't say his name because, again, we don't know the rules on like libel, slander. But no, I'm like literally like thinking like, oh my God, I'm truly unpacking so much and like talking about it. It's been very healing, and it's made me take a step back and like look at things and be like, oh, wow.
It is funny. Like I have also been like, damn, like after talking about it, I unlock so much other things, and I'm like, shit, like damn, there's a deeper well.
Bitch, to bring it back to Casey, there is always a deeper well. And tonight's deeper well, we're fucking going to camp.
We're going back to camp, bitch.
Honey, I feel like camp in general is gay.
Yeah.
We know that.
Very queer-coded from the experience.
Very queer-coded. And not only are we going back to camp, we're going to take a little pit stop in our past journeys with camp But honey, in the political times we're living in, we're envisioning a future.
We're manifesting.
We're manifesting the queer coded country commune.
That's right.
Which you and I talk about a lot. And we really would love to build.
I know.
Who knows where it will be? Actually, probably I do. DeWitt, Arkansas.
Yeah, get ready.
But I think that one of the things
I'm imagining this, and it's very we're here. It's us. We're building in town. We're moving in.
We're moving in. But also, I think that like one of the things that's really like who we are at our core is when we plant a seed. This goes back to college, $2 you call it. It's like, should we go? No, I mean, we are going to plant the seed and we are going to make that fucking flower grow into whatever we want it to be. And I think that we still have this like imagination of kids, like a child's imagination in us.
You were talking about therapy. I'm like, this is inner child work.
Oh!
I'm like, is it not?
Oh my God.
Is it not?
We're in our inner child.
Yeah. We're like imagining the world we would want to live in. It's like letting our minds go as far as possible, which is a glimpse into Hunter's and I's friendship forever.
And right now, I think it's so important to have these moments and envision those worlds, manifest them.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we will have a queer-coded country commune.
Put it out into the world.
Okay, so obviously, we're talking about camp.
That's right.
We're talking about camps that we went to.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about what it was like going to those camps. Like, let's start to unpack that.
Yep.
Obviously, you're dressed
and
I'm
ready.
But like, what was camp to you? Like, Instagram versus reality version.
Oh, yeah.
Because
we'll get into the reality.
I think that there was a little bit of that, like, false prophecy in our
100%.
childhood.
Well, I mean, like, you grow up and, like, you see all these, like, on TV or, like, in film, like, all these, like, grand versions of camp where it's, like, perfect log cabins and bunk beds and kayaks and everything.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That's making me think of It Takes Two with Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Hello.
And Kirstie Alley.
Yes.
Oh my God. Heavyweights.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Heavyweights
was the camp I related to the most because I was a fat kid.
Oh my God.
Also attracted to Ben Stiller. Also The Blob. Are you fucking kidding
that movie?
me?
I forgot. That is so funny that you brought that up.
Again, unlocking trauma.
That's
just
right.
remembered. I was going to The Parent Trap when you said like perfect.
Yeah.
Whatever. No, Heavyweights was my jam.
Oh, for me, it definitely was. Well, there's two. Parent Trap for sure, just because like chic fencing.
Oh,
like,
honey, that was she.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, well, if she's being flown in from London to go to this camp, it must be.
Yeah.
Her dad was a Napa, California winemaker.
Yeah, honey.
I didn't go to that camp.
We don't even talk about the Chessie of it all.
That's right. Well, that's another episode. Chessie's queer coded. Let's be clear. Chessie is queer coded. Oh my God!
In that denim on denim,
yes.
They were both gay. That's the whole thing. They were both gay, but they were made to fall in love. You never put that together.
I never put that together. A lavender marriage.
In my mind, they were both gay, but they were just kind of forced to be one because of the time.
Interesting. The other one that I love is Troop Beverly Hills.
Big.
Because
the fashion.
I want to be Phyllis Neffler for Halloween so bad and have the green silk lined cape and the cigarette in the cigarette holder. The
cape. That was a defining moment.
Yes.
For probably every queer child.
Oh my God. Truly.
And also, obviously, The Parent Trap we're talking about is Lindsay Lohan. Like, duh.
Hello.
Like,
no shade to the original version.
I mean, the way I wanted to pierce my ear with a needle and an Oreo.
I mean, that's the kind of shit that goes down at camp. And that's like, to me, what camp is like seeing those like bonding experiences on camera. And also, this is meta, but I was actually thinking about this.
Okay, we love to get
I'm a little bit of an analyzer. So in Parent Trap, she obviously meets her twin sister and like her other half. If we look at it, if we zoom out a little bit, is going to camp and looking and finding other parts of yourself and like finding other halves. Is that the theme of the story about like the importance of camp and new relationships? Typically there are like similar like-minded people. You're
Right.
going for a similar interest or a type of experience, and it's not always with people from your hometown. So you're being encountered with people like, oh, this person likes this. We all like this. Like, we can unlock new ways of interacting with other people.
Yeah, 100%. So what camps did you go to?
I went to a variety of camps.
A variety. As someone who was a tap dancer, I can imagine that you were like very much in the camps.
Right. So I obviously grew up going to church camp a lot. So I went to a lot of church camps. I went to a duck conservation camp about wetland preservation and
please elaborate.
So basically it was like it was like a weekend getaway at not too far from DeWitt, actually. So I didn't really get out of my bubble with this camp, but they brought other people from outside of Arkansas. Like, there were people from Canada, there were people from the Northwest, the Northeast.
International duck conservation camp.
And so people would come and we would learn about, that's why I know what a gizzard is because we dissected a duck and we got in the gizzard. But part of also like being introduced to new people at the same time, like also what's kind of queer coded about it is meeting people that are closeted that you don't even know are closeted at the time, but there's some connection that you and this person have.
Yeah.
And there was someone that came to this camp, the duck camp, and we just like vibed and we like got along great. And I was like, I don't know, something about this kid seems gay.
The way he's dissecting that duck is really doing it for me.
And I remember, I don't know, we had all like exchanged numbers at one point. We were like sitting down playing a game. And
on your
we were
BlackBerry Pearl?
No, this was, I had a flip phone at this point.
Just want to make sure
I was still
tracking the era.
Flipping it up. But I was texting him on my T9 keyboard. And like we were talking about stuff. I don't know how it got started, but then I think I ultimately asked him, I was like, so are you like into girls or are you into boys? And I was like,
how old were you?
14.
Brave.
Very brave.
Especially because what were you going to do if he said yes? Make out with him?
I guess that's where my mind was going. But he responded, he was like, I don't really know. Like, yeah, I know. And
was he from Canada?
No, he wasn't from Canada. He was from like somewhere north.
You would have never asked a 14-year-old at DeWitt High School if they were into boys or girls.
No.
But this kid was going somewhere else when the duck conservation camp was over. That's all gone.
Yeah. For some reason, there's like a lot of risk because it's like, I'm not going to see this person again. But then it's also like, there is no risk because they're going back to Montana or wherever they're at, which is why I felt like a little bit more like with my like texting. I was in my hot girl era.
I mean, honestly, you were in your hot girl conservation era. Some camps that I went to and why I'm dressed in
Rockford Peaches
baseball women's league uniform, Jimmy Dugan on the back. I was mostly a sports camp girly.
Okay.
And I thought I hated sports. I thought I hated how hot it was on the baseball field, which I did. I'm famously sweating, and you can imagine like Arkansas summer heat. And so I'm like thinking about my camp experiences. Bitch, I don't think I hated the sport. I think I hated the fucking people. I think I was so intimidated by being in a room of other boys or men or whatever and being forced to compete or forced to exert dominance or be the most hetero or be the most macho and like thrive, that like, honestly, I think that's what I hated. And now I'm thinking about a life where I could have been a professional baseball player, but I quit because some fucking stupid, toxic, masculine coach was like yelling down my throat to triple threat.
That's like, that's why you need to get on John's softball team.
Oh my God, I know. But when I think about, like, I fucking love volleyball. I love playing volleyball. I love tennis. what if I loved baseball and basketball just as much and could have been just as good if I wouldn't have had all of these toxic men around me with like a little spit in the corner, having me like run until I puke?
Yeah.
I could have been a professional athlete.
Yeah.
And now I'm never going to stop talking about
How you could have been.
How I could have been a professional athlete. Okay, so were there other camps that you went to that you thrived in? Because like sports camp was like the majority for me, and trauma. The other church camp, that's where the like toxic exorcism of my gayness happened at a church camp in Nashville. So I'm going to set those aside. Are there good camps? Were there good experiences?
There were great experiences. And it's funny, like now that I'm thinking about all of my camp experiences, every one of them had a queer or gay undertone. Like I walked away with every experience like knowing a little bit more about my gayness and like understanding that a little bit more. I especially learned about my gayness at Summer Theater Academy. And
say shuffle steps 3 times fast.
So, there were people coming out left and right there, I'm sure. So I remember we would go through our classes and they were like broken up by age. And I remember we were walking to class once and like there was this new kid that was like walking with us and I didn't know who they were. And then somebody I heard around would go like, oh, that's so-and-so. He's gay. He's like out and gay. And I was like, it was the first person my age that I had ever heard of being like an out gay person. And I remember instantly being like obsessed and being like, I need to get to know this person, even though I obviously I knew I was gay, but
but you weren't talking about it.
Right. And so.
And where was this camp?
In Little Rock, Arkansas.
In Little Rock. Okay.
And so I remember like wanting to get to know him and like becoming friends with him, even though he was like a couple years older, but really just being like, this is the first out gay person I've ever seen and it's accepted here and it's cool. And like, he gets to be himself. Yeah. And I was just
drawn to that person naturally.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, honestly, the biggest camp that I went to every year was student council camp. And I've talked about it on here before. I was a counselor. I was in it. I was in the thick of it.
Yeah.
But truly, it changed my life. I mean, I went to a high school. Everyone was white.
Yeah.
There was no diversity at all in our high school. So going to student council camp, I was able to meet people that did not look like what I went to high school with. Like literally, again, we were an all white high school. So meeting all of these people that represented different cultures, different backgrounds, different experiences, it really did change my life. Like it opened my eyes to so many things that I never would have gotten to know about if I was just in Bono, Arkansas. And I think that in a lot of ways, like it was a camp like any other camp, you know, team building, bonding, whatever. But I do think, shout out to Arkansas Association of Student Councils, I think they did a really good job of like setting us up to share our stories and like share what we've been through in our schools. Like, there was this one thing that we did, and I don't remember what it was called, but basically they turned the lights out and like lit candles and everyone goes around and like shares about shame. I've famously since canceled shame last week.
It's over.
I like look back on it now, and when I was thinking about it, I'm like, well, that's kind of weird, but maybe it's not weird. It was like teaching us to be vulnerable and teaching us to see that all of the people it was the most, at that time, the most diverse group of people I had ever been around. And to hear people be vulnerable and share their experience and also have connected with them deeply prior to that was like really eye-opening to me. Even seeing people that live differently, even if it was not queer or whatever, it was just like, oh wow, it gave me permission again to like inch a little closer and like have friends that think differently, that, you know, challenge the way that I had seen the world. And like being at camp let us all experience that.
You were talking about inching closer earlier, and I want to talk about inching closer at church camp. First of all, let me just set the stage. Set the stage.
Tucker is setting the stage.
An iconic camp pop culture moment that is seared into my brain is the All-American Rejects video Dirty Little Secret. And they had like flashcards of like confessions. And one of the confessions on the flashcard was, I had gay sex at church camp. And it stuck in my head how funny that was. And like, I just like in that moment, I was like, I get the concept of Dirty Little Secret and like the things we hang on to. So at church camp one summer, my roommate, like we connected, we were friends. And like, I definitely was like, oh, like, I think this person is gay, even though we're not saying it at the time.
Right.
And I remember just like we had fun and we had like a very flirtatious relationship. And I remember we were in our room and we had been like super flirty, like super like, you know what I mean? Like it's like the teasing kind of flirty. And like it was just so back and forth for such a long time. I don't really remember how it got initiated, but we started to wrestle. And yes.
Wrestle.
Yes, wrestle. But I do remember like us like wrestling and in the moment feeling like it was like, this is not playful wrestling.
Yeah, you're not trying to hurt each other.
This is body contact. You know what? I've never gotten that on Grindr when people say body contact. Now I get it.
Okay, wait. I feel like that is hot. Were you hard?
I'm sure I was. I don't imagine a world in where I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Because it really was the subtext of what was going on. Like it was like hardcore flirting, and we weren't doing it in front of anybody. Like the like sponsor that was in the room with us like was not there. Like
the sponsor.
I don't know who it was. Some adult. But
yeah, you were left alone and you wrestled with your neighbor. I think that's one of the queer coded 10 commandments. Wrestle with thy neighbor
at church camp. Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
I feel like that. Wow, like that is revolutionary. And I think the thing that I go,
it's so revolutionary.
No, but it is. I go back to the place that we were in. I think it's important to call back to where we were, where we hadn't even probably held any guy's hand or expressed a crush or done any of this. And here you are. Dirty little secret. Yeah. Like you didn't have sex, but you were wrestling, honey.
Right. And I think I was like 12 and he was like 14.
Yeah.
And I remember being so attracted to him. So funny. The last thing I'll say about queer camp and how, sorry, I realize it's so passionate.
I mean, honestly, I'm so happy for you to speak on these things because I packed all my church camp trauma away.
Yeah. I had mostly great experiences. But I remember just like with all of the camp thing, like it really got me prepared to be really involved later in life.
Oh,
like loved to like lead the group or whatever, like be the team lead or anything like that. Someone not long ago, this describes everything that I'm talking about. Someone sent me a meme and it was targeted at me. And they said, the meme was like, do you ever just feel like you can look at someone and tell that they were really involved on campus? And I was like, ouch, but okay, it me.
No, but it laid the groundwork for our little gay selves to go out into the world and take over the group project or be the leader or do whatever.
People. Like it's why I became like a student ambassador where I was like standing up and like, hey guys, like my name's Tucker, my major's this, and like we're gonna go walk around campus. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so chuggy.
Yeah, like, for sure. But also I think I'm glad you said that because actually I'm realizing that a lot of the people that I met at student council camp also went to the University of Arkansas.
Yeah.
And I went down my little path, but then I had these connections to other people that were involved in other things and it like exposed me to that.
Yeah.
So shout out to the camps that made us who we are and who we were, to the camps that gave us the freedom to wear a little bit of a different skin.
Yep.
When I say wear a different skin, I don't know why I'm fixating on that, but it makes me think of Beyonce Lemonade when she's like, I wear her hands as gloves,
Yes.
her teeth as confetti.
Oh yeah, she really enunciates
That's
confetti.
But
Yes.
anyway,
Camp is drag.
camp is drag. Camp allowed us to put on a version of drag that we were comfortable with at the time.
Yep.
And maybe there was trauma.
Yeah.
Maybe I could have been a professional baseball player.
Well,
Time will tell.
yeah. Once it warms up, we'll get out on the field.
Yeah. John, get an extra glove. But okay, so on that note, like again, back to planting seeds and them blossoming.
Letting it run.
We love to daydream.
Mm-hmm.
We love to create a world in which we want to live.
Yep.
And most recently, when we were thinking about camp, we thought about the queer-coded country. I forgot the name of the podcast. Queer-coded country commune.
Yep.
And we just started riffing
What
about what that would be. And it turned into a camp.
Yeah, I mean,
Our BravoCon, our Texas State Fair.
well, let's not make it queer coded at all and just make it queer as fuck. Let's queer camp.
It is queer camp.
Yeah.
If you're not wrestling with a stranger at this camp, you're not coming.
Yeah, exactly. That's grounds for expulsion.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about it. From here on out,
Yep.
listeners, viewers on YouTube, we are building the ultimate adult queer-coded country commune camp.
Which is a dream for me because the inspiration behind Camp Tucker was my consistent saying that I wanted to be an adult summer camp counselor after seeing Camp Getaway on Bravo.
And I, as someone who truly would love to be a reality star, started envisioning this world, and I'm like, well, maybe this is the show.
Yeah.
Bravo.
So this is a pitch.
If you're this is also a pitch if you're listening. Okay, so famously, I'd like to set the stage.
Yes, right.
It's queer-coded country commune camp.
That's right. So obviously, attendees are title holders or people with the potential to be a title holder.
I like that. Like
we see something in you.
we
Yeah.
we see how you awkwardly wrestle.
Yeah.
And we'd like to invite you in.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. So
Yeah.
obviously the title holders in.
Yeah.
If you're hearing this right now,
Yeah.
you're in.
I feel like the legend title holders are also like the camp counselors. The
Okay.
hot camp counselors.
like Anna,
yeah, exactly.
camp counselor, but what is she leading? The snacks table.
Well, yeah, we really haven't decided what everybody leads yet. But once we like get this going, then we'll have positions.
Also, we want to be very clear that we're envisioning this with you in real time.
Yes.
And we have some ideas, but we want to let everything live out loud.
That's right. That's the camp motto.
Okay,
Live
but
out loud.
oh my God, live, laugh, love out loud.
Bitch.
Live, laugh, love.
I want that hanging in my kitchen right now.
Well, call Hobby Lobby, tell them to stop being fucking homophobic and Christian and make us the goddamn sign. Okay, but we forgot an important part.
Tell
the
me.
Fucking queer-coded country commune camp is at the farm.
Oh, it's at the farm.
It's on the farm.
And the reason it's a queer coded country commune camp compound because we're gonna have to protect ourselves from
we're
being
protecting
into
the
it.
land.
Yeah.
We're protecting
Conservation.
Oh, there it
Another
is.
C.
At the queer-coded country commune conservation camp compound, you leave shame at the door.
Oh, baby. Check that shit.
That's a big vibe, is that
We're doing a shame cleanse.
shame cleanse.
Put it in the bag.
Immediately, you come in, and of course, you carry your baggage with you,
I mean,
but you leave it at the door.
mine are in Louis trunk, so we'll have to
Bitch.
really make space. We have to thank our sponsors, Jergens, for helping us put on the camp.
Oh, obviously it's sponsored by Jergens.
Yeah.
And that is, oh my God, it's sponsored by Jergens. And when you get once you check your passport or what, no, actually you just get in on vibes.
Yeah.
We don't check any
The
credentials.
potential to be a title holder.
Vibes. And once you get in, when you wrestle with your stranger, it's in a kiddie pool of Jergens.
I just felt like that was a whole like symbol for wrestling with your demons.
Oh my God.
And now I've gone dark. But
Okay, you
like,
what if you
once
wrestled-
again, meta.
what if you first wrestling with your demons was like rubbing yourself in Jergens and you're like scrubbing off all your demons and then you get into the pit with a stranger and get a little horny.
just wait until the excursions, Mama. I've got
Baby,
something for you.
I want to lay some groundwork. Everyone has a hall pass. Everyone that comes to this camp
love
is
this.
in consensual non-monogamy.
Right.
All drugs are legal.
Okay.
There are
Room for exploration.
safety practices at every corner.
That's right.
It's harm-free.
Yes.
You can't hurt yourself
Right.
at this camp unless you want to experience a consensual kind of pain.
Okay.
And that is the vibe that we're setting.
Mhm.
Like, this is a place where you run motherfucking free.
That's right.
Okay. We've got everyone in.
Yep.
They've shed their shame.
Yep.
I envision this. This is just me personally.
Yeah.
I do envision this kind of being set up like a state fair.
Yeah.
Like you go in, you get through, and you've got this like world
Yep.
around you. And I was doing some deep thinking about, obviously we need currency on the commune.
Yeah.
And I was actually thinking about Mon on Sheila, Wild Wild Country.
Yes.
And how people just like gave all of their money to go be here. And let me tell you, when I watched those first episodes,
Oh my God.
Cult Sympathizer, I was ready to pack my bags and wear the burgundy linens, bitch.
Oh, honey, they were giving really great warm tones.
Oh my God, the tones, everything was beautiful. And in that, they had to give everything away.
Mm-hmm.
On our commune, we're not tithing.
Right.
Because we're not a scam and we're not trying to evade taxes.
Yep.
But what we are doing is we're giving back.
Yes.
So we're taking the ATM abstinence till marriage
yes,
cards.
Tell me more.
I didn't name them, so potentially we come up with a name for them.
Yeah.
But you're going to get an ATM card and it's going to get loaded with cash every time you do something that you've never done before
Mhm.
on the commune. Maybe you get fisted for the first time. $100.
Ka-ching in the bank.
Like literally, that's the currency.
It's a higher tier offering.
Yeah. I mean, everyone comes in with a baseline, right?
Yeah.
You got to enjoy the things.
Uh-huh.
We're not profiting on this at
No,
this
of course.
time. Get to us in 5
We're not going to
years.
be profitable for the first couple of years. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
We're going to be
But
working at a loss.
honestly, so that's how people get they get their card.
Yep.
And when you do new things, you get a value assigned to it.
Yes.
And beyond the horse trailer and the tent, we are hyper focused on general accommodations.
That's right.
There will be
The amenities.
oh my God, amenities. On my notes, I put a rotting pod.
Mm.
You just go in it and you're the most disgusting version of yourself for however long you want to be.
Uh-huh.
And it has any snack and TV channel that you could ever want to watch.
I'm imagining Lady Gaga's egg that she walked in and the
Oh my
gra-
God, that's what they
on
look like.
the-
That's what they look like. The rotting pods are the egg that she went to
Yes.
the fucking Grammys in.
I just love that she was like, I was in there for 3 days.
And if you are on the commune and you want to be in the egg for 3 days,
That's fine.
3 days it is. Now you'll miss out.
Yeah.
Let me say you're gonna miss out.
There's some excursions.
There's some stuff. I also would like to say that I think we should have a pop-up Chili's.
Oh, absolutely, honey.
I would like there to
They're
be
doing in-kind catering.
Chili's.
Yeah.
We know you're listening. I'd like there to be sound baths.
The only problem with sound baths is it would be interrupted by the shots of duck hunting from if it's at the farm. So it might not be so peaceful.
Do we not have enough budget to make the sound baths soundproof?
I don't know. Well, there's adjacent fields.
Oh God. I forget how many acres are we on at the farm?
Who's to say? There's no way to know.
Infinite acres.
Yeah.
Okay. Other things that I wrote down. Oh, Botox pods, tattoo
Obviously.
shops. I also really like the idea of there being like an iconic outfits exhibit, and it's mostly Felissa Vicari's gated outfits.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Like I want those memorialized
Yes.
on the Commune. A mechanical bull.
Oh, I've never ridden one, so this would be a great opportunity.
Okay, well, ride them fast.
Yeah,
Okay. What? Anything else that you would like to add?
Well, I do think that like we talked about this is like obviously like the camp is the environment. You need to establish like emotional connections and like find something to bond over.
Yes.
So obviously all of our camp songs are Casey Musgrave songs.
Oh my God, wait, camp songs? Okay, well, first of all, now that you're mentioning camp songs, obviously every morning announcements.
Hello.
Every morning, queer-coded Pledge of Allegiance.
That's right. So obviously there's like a big moment to embark on the camp journey that we're going to be going on. So there's clearly going to be an open ceremony. And to me, very much like the Olympics, we're going to light a flamer torch.
Is it a gay?
It's called. It's just. You're talking. Yeah. No, I'm talking. It's just a torch, but we call it the flamer, and it stays lit for the entirety of camp.
That is a flame that never goes out.
That's right.
And that flame has seen things.
Oh yeah, baby.
That flame sees everything. That flame is looking out for everyone. It's watching over us.
Yeah.
And it is a fucking flamer.
That's right.
Wow. Honestly, do we have special guests? Like at the opening ceremony, I know that like right now the budget doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But what if we had a big budget? Like who are the opening who are the performers at the opening ceremony?
Oh my gosh. Well, I think it's definitely Gracie Lou Freebush and her
Sandra Bullock as Gracie Lou Freebush
doing the
Bavarian outfit.
Yes. Oh, okay, work.
And fucking Julia Roberts as Isabel from Stepmom.
Oh, baby. Absolutely.
Kit and Dottie.
That's right.
And they would teach everyone, batter up. Hear that call. The time has come to play ball. We're the members of the queer-coded country commune camp compound. We come from cities near and far. We've got the faggots and straights and adjacents. We're all for one. We're one for all. Yeehaw and yes, queen.
Yes.
Damn.
Okay.
I'm on the mic.
Wow. What does a day look like?
Well, there's obviously like some games. Like I think that we have like drag impersonations. We have, in my mind, there's a runway that everyone gets to walk out to every day to like show their camp outfit.
Yes.
Because let me tell you motherfucking something.
Tell you.
We will not have camp t-shirts.
Oh, no.
I hate a camp t-shirt. I hate a corporate t-shirt.
Let me cover up real quick.
Well, that one's cute. What I mean is I hate ugly merch.
Yeah.
I hate, like we went to, I went on a work retreat once and they told us for the opening ceremony that we had to wear like the company t-shirt.
Yes.
Well, I had ordered a size 3XL because I planned to wear it as a muumuu. I didn't know that we were going to have to wear it in public. So I cut it into a tube top where just the logo was showing and wore a high-waisted skirt with a slit on the side, clean up to my hips, and heels. And I was like, well, I wore it.
Yeah.
So
you told me to wear it.
Point being, no ugly shit.
That's right.
We are going to have merch there, but it will be cunty merch.
Absolutely.
But I do think that everyone gets to like do the runway every day.
Yeah.
I think there's like Housewives reenactments.
I was going to say Real Housewives trivia.
Yes. And honestly, maybe some surely, even at the lowest budget we have, there are some housewives who have been put on pause. Not Dorinda. I would never come for Dorinda.
No.
She's my queen. But there are others that we could probably afford with just like some PR.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. But we do need to talk about every good camp and every good commune.
Yep.
has some level of education
Yeah.
and some level of like doing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're out there.
Activity, schedule, group activity.
Yeah, you're bonding,
Yeah.
you're working,
Yeah.
you're really putting yourself to the test.
Yeah.
And given that we're on a farm
Mm-hmm.
of a size to be determined, what breakout sessions are you leading?
Okay.
So, also to be clear, to set the stage. God damn, I love to set the
I know,
stage.
you sure do.
We are going to have breakout sessions.
Yes.
And those are more education forward.
That's right.
We're going to have excursions.
Hunter said the breakout sessions are really more about learning and development when we were defining the terms.
I cannot shed my corporate life as much as I fucking want.
I know, it's hard.
So the breakout sessions are learning and development.
Because we're business casual girlies, so of course there's gonna be a breakout session.
At our core, we're business casual girlies, and we're actually leading these breakout sessions in Patagonia gray vests. And that's when you know it's time for a breakout session. When we come out in the Patagonia gray vest, the Kohan drivers or like the wingtip loafers, we're in. And that's a breakout session. It's education forward. You're learning, you're experiencing, you're realizing things.
Yeah.
Okay, what are your breakout sessions?
Okay, so the first breakout session is Dancing Through Life. Learn to tap with Tucker and how to win your first state fair through shuffle steps and smiling through it all.
So tap dancing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Getting the divas down. Iconic monologue memorization techniques featuring anything Julia Sugarbaker, Stepmom, Steel Magnolias, Real Housewives like Erica Jane, and more.
Oh my God, wait. Please make sure that Angie K's text about Bronwyn is in the monologue.
Absolutely.
Like, please, ears pinned down. So
yes.
1 foot on the grave and 1 on a banana peel.
Okay, I'm going off to do a quick line from Julia Sugarbaker from Designing Women because it relates so hard to our abstinence episode last week.
Fuck.
She says, they're talking about people getting HIV and AIDS because it was done during the 80s. And she goes, I'm just saying, if they were giving out sexually transmitted diseases for sinning, you would be at the free clinic all the time.
Oh my God, that was you.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally...
But I was like, hell yeah, Julia.
Yeah.
Speak on it.
Oh God.
Anyway,
These
sorry.
Women, they shaped us.
The final breakout session that I will be leading is Don't Let the Accent Fool You. Using your Southern accent to your advantage and a crash course in Southern idioms. Don't go down like a one-egg pudding and learn how to speak like a true Southern lady. Backhanded compliment course for an extra fee.
Backhanded compliment course for an extra fee. Extra fee. Shit.
Yeah.
I am so ready.
Yes. Where are we breaking out with you?
I'm so pleased that ours are going to be very complimentary.
Okay,
like
good.
No one's going to have to feel like they choose.
Yeah.
Only maybe one of them, which is line dancing with Lane, boobs, boots, and bumps. It's a line dancing class. So while you're tapping, if people aren't, you know, as soft in their toes,
as
they
advanced.
can come like do the boot scoot and boogie, the watermelon crawl, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The other one I have is more hands-on.
Okay.
It's a DIY glory hole class.
Oh!
Because I famously made my glory hole DIY with a curtain, duct tape, and a pair of heels.
I mean,
that's how I measured the height to make sure I was capturing any height of man that would come through.
And you can't say shit about our creativity and resourcefulness with a breakout session like that.
Honestly, on the commune, creativity and resourcefulness are who we are.
Exactly. It's a pillar.
It's a pillar of our commune, community, camp, all those things we can't say. Okay, the last one I thought of was a deep cut silent disco. And this is where we just drill into, this is where the cult starts.
Yeah.
We're like drilling into everyone's head, like the deepest cuts, like all of the songs that we wish everyone loved the way that we do. It's a silent disco of only those songs.
Oh, obsessed. We've got breakout sessions, but we do need guided activities. Yeah,
the breakout sessions are more like what you're going to do. Just like, you know, they're 30 minutes to an hour.
Well,
it's like between your downtime, you leave your group therapy, you've gotten your Botox, you're like, you know, there's just like a little thing. But the excursions.
That's right.
Those are big events.
These are big events. So... shall we?
Yeah, what's your first excursion?
Okay, getting to know nature and getting to know yourself. Geocache your way from home base camp through the beautiful heart of the woods to find your own private deer stand for 30 minutes of personal intimacy time. Optional group discussion following the excursion.
Okay, Did you just say in marketing words you go to a deer stand and jack off?
Personal exploration, getting to know nature and getting to know yourself.
Oh my God.
Take your Walkman, take your iPad.
Take your poppers, take your lube, take
however you feel that you need to tap in with yourself. You have 30 minutes to, and you're free.
Only 30 minutes? What? I feel like on the Commune, people are really going to be
honey, you got to geocache your way to get to the deer stand, so that's going to take at least 45 minutes.
Can you pleasure yourself along the way?
Well, no, then you wouldn't be getting to know nature. The deer stand is about getting to know you.
Okay. I see. Okay. Yeah. Well, I have one that's similar to like going out into nature. And it's also about exploring. And I'm going to read this because I had way too much fun writing these and I need to make sure I get it right. This is called Off the Consensually Beaten Path. Okay. Emphasis on beaten. Baby girl's bondage barn and cornfield of consent. In this barn, ropes aren't just for calves and pigs take human form. Step into the barn for an in-depth education on bondage and kink. Aroused, wander off into the cornfield of consent to be wrangled, ridden, and roped into something new. This excursion will butter your biscuit in ways you never knew possible.
Oh my God. Okay. Sign me up.
Yeah.
How do can I attend your excursions? Okay.
I also think that something that, as I was reading this, I realized something that's very important to me on my excursions is that there are different tracks, right?
Yes.
So if you are coming to us as a hetero title holder ally and you're not quite ready to explore kink, what we're going to do for you is put you in an education series.
Yep.
You're going to learn about it. You're going to be educated about it. You're going to learn the lingo. You're going to learn how to respect people's kink. Size. You're going to learn all of these things. You're going to be free of shame as you do this. And then potentially you get horned up and you go into the cornfield.
Of consent.
For those title holders who are on the more experienced side, you can skip the barn and go straight to the cornfield.
Pass.
You got a fast pass to the cornfield and you just get to go out and live your fantasy.
Oh my God. I am obsessed. You're wordsmithing.
Oh, bitch. I literally Adderall spiraled on these words like I was writing a college essay on it.
I mean, bitch. This was a better essay.
Yeah, literally.
Okay, so the next excursion that I'm hosting is called Dolphin Disco.
No.
Dive in for a guided swim with dolphins while DJ Nip Tuck spins the grooviest beats. Photo opportunity included.
Okay. The next one that I have is called Ride 'em Like You Stole 'em. A beginner's guide to barebacking.
Okay. Ooh.
Which also, I need to caveat if I haven't said this before, that when I was getting ready to go into the arena growing up, my dad was always back there, security blanket, making sure everything was okay, whatever. And he'd always say, ride 'em like you stole 'em, hunt. And that's like, run hard and fast.
Yeah.
Okay. So ride 'em like you stole 'em. A beginner's guide to barebacking. Saddle up or strap in or both. For the ultimate guide to bareback riding, whether you actually want to learn to ride a horse or you are ready to take bottoming to the next level, this excursion will give title holders a ride sure to leave them walking funny by the end.
Hell yes.
So again,
something for everyone.
Yeah, multiple paths. You can actually learn how to ride a horse.
Yeah.
Or you can ride a cowboy.
That's right.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
All right, big and rich. Watch out.
Honey, let's talk about that song.
Okay, my final excursion.
Okay.
The music in me and all of the colors.
Oh, Casey.
Casey. A jar of sand crafting and Casey Musgraves sing along.
Oh, because you famously were very attracted to
the bottle of sand, the jar of sand that had the multiple layers of colors of the sand that were layered in. So all of the colors.
That's beautiful.
I know.
It's very obvious the kind of person that are going to choose your excursions versus mine.
Yes, I think that's very clear.
Okay.
Okay.
Again, I would like to caveat that on the commune, all drugs are legal and done safely and consumed with medical professionals guiding the experience. My last excursion is y'all hallucinating and consecrating.
Okay.
A psychedelic prayer circle. Forget church. Forget meditation apps. Forget positive vibes only influencers. This is a true spiritual transcendence through the holy sacraments of gay club drugs.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeehaw will definitely meet Yes Queen on this 3-part ride. Part 1.
All right. Buckle in.
The anointing. Consumption of a sacred dose chosen by an ordained minister. That's me. I'm ordained.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, but I'm ordained. Yes. 2, the worship. Throw 2 hands to heaven and visualize the future you truly desire.
Yes.
3, the awakening. A period lasting from 4 to 12 hours where you may experience laughter, tears, and reincarnation. If side effects last more than 12 hours, please seek a cuddle buddy and 5-HTP.
a cuddle buddy. Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah. So you're just like going out. You're letting yourself live. It's like an ayahuasca journey.
Yes.
You're talking to the gods. You're talking to yourself. Your titties are out. Your ass is out. You're living, laughing, love. What's live, laugh, love?
Out loud.
Out loud. Living, laughing, loving out loud. Like that is what we're doing on the commune.
Unfortunately, your time does have to come to a close.
And we will extend packages for those paying a premium to fund the next one. So to be clear, if you're a donor, please know that we can keep this going as long as you'd like. But money does run out. Joy, serotonin does run out.
Yes, especially if they're going on on your excursions.
Yeah, my group will be ready to go home. They're going to be crawling out of the farm, they're going to be boll weevils by the time they leave.
They're going to be glad that they're leaving a different person.
Okay. Closing ceremony.
That's right.
If there's an opening ceremony, there's a closing ceremony.
And we can only close out with one way possible. A pageant.
Fucking pageant.
That's right.
And I was thinking about this. We didn't talk about this, but everyone has to enter the pageant. That's right. Like once you've scrubbed off your shame and gone through the Jergens wrestling of a stranger, you've automatically been entered.
Because there can only be one winner.
Yeah.
Sorry. If we didn't clarify
this is actually Hunger Games. And at the end, you all fight to the death. And for those of you on the ayahuasca journey,
I hope
you found God and feeling a little more inspired.
But to your point, like obviously if everyone participates, there does have to be some sort of like elimination process.
Yeah. Well, we famously said that like we don't necessarily agree or disagree with the everybody gets a trophy mentality.
That's right.
I think everyone, just for coming to the queer coded country commune conservation camp compound, is a winner.
That's right.
But there's only one winner.
That's right.
And it's not me and Tucker because obviously we've already won.
Everyone leaves a winner because you did get to experience something new along the way. So you've won a wealth of experiences, but only one person gets the crown.
I hope everyone's ATM card is so full from sucking dick at a glory hole in the consensual cornfield or, tap dancing on stage. Like, I hope everyone leaves the commune invigorated.
That's right.
But the people who will be judging the winner,
Queer-coded country mamas,
Stacy and Sue Aaron.
That's right.
The ultimate grand supreme judges. They've raised us.
Yep.
They know about queer-coded country.
They know what good looks like.
They know how to produce a winner, baby. And they will be the judges.
Yes.
And obviously, like any good pageant, there's a preliminary round.
Yep.
And it has been determined that the preliminary round of this pageant is to take the ACT of Street Smarts.
That's right. Fuck it. You don't need your TI-89.
No, the TI-89, gone. What you need is to prove to us that through your breakout sessions, your excursions, through the life that you've lived, laughed, loved out loud, that you've learned the street smarts that it takes to be a queer-coded country queen.
And how to live outside of the commune.
And you prove that you're taking what you've learned with you.
Exactly.
So we also have some other categories. I don't know if there are any specifically that you would like to cover, but we have a swim category, a talent category, and an interview category.
I'll take talent.
Of course you will.
So for your talent, of course, you have to prove that you learned during the Dancing Through Life excursion and you now know how to tap dance.
And that is actually specifically, I'd like to raise that one. They're tap dancing the camp songs. They're tap dancing to A League of Their Own, Batter Up.
That's right.
They're tap dancing to Dime Store Cowgirl.
Because you're learning the whole time.
This is a learning.
You're putting into application what you've learned throughout this process.
Say that. You are there learning and going forth the love and serving.
That's right.
That's that's what Travis Eade said every day at the end of Southwest Church of Christ. Go forth the love and serve. You are dismissed. He was fucking hot and I wanted to serve him, honey. So let's say that. So you're serving, learning, living, laughing. You're tapping. The swim category, we don't do swimsuits.
Yeah.
We're doing towel quick drag.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Because that's originally how our love for pageants started. Towel around the titties, towel around the head. You got to put yourself in quick drag. And Tucker and I, while our mothers are the judges, will narrate something on stage for you. Contestant number 42. Like, we're literally getting into it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
cut you
go. We're passionate about this. We're cutting each other off.
Ideally, if you've had the proper camp experience, we've learned more about you so we can properly narrate your stage time.
And honestly, you're reminding me that everyone is actually getting a participation trophy. It's the belt buckle. And so we're narrating what will eventually be on the belt buckle.
That's right.
My favorite of all of this is the onstage interview.
Oh, okay.
And the onstage interview is where all of the contestants, through their learned experiences, through what they've done during their time at the commune, will recite for us what their Housewives tagline would be.
Absolutely.
And that is going to be really powerful and really impactful. And I think it's only fair that we share what our Housewives taglines are.
Absolutely.
Because, bitch, I know we've got them.
Yes.
I got a few seasons.
But, I mean, the Housewives tagline, and if it's anything about knowing to be business casual girlies, your Housewives tagline is your elevator pitch.
It is.
How do I get to know you in 15 syllables?
Fucking damn right it is. We don't need to know about the Iraq from Miss South Carolina. We want to know what you would say as you flip your hair, turn your body, shimmy, shake with your little kids in the background. Or maybe not.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your Housewives tagline?
Don't let the accent fool you. I think faster than I speak.
That's a callback to your breakout session. Oh my God.
And that's why we are the original title holders.
And that's why we're commune coordinators.
That's right. Yeah.
Fuck the pageant coordinator. We're commune coordinators.
Absolutely. Okay, tell me yours.
I have many.
Okay.
But
hit us with your best one.
Season 1. I was born a country girl, but now I ride more than just horses.
Love. It's so good.
I have to do the other one.
Yeah.
Season 2. I come from the land of the Clintons, but I'll stain more than just your dress.
Yes.
Shout out to Monica.
Yeah.
No offense.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey. Well, fucking
Who wouldn't want to come?
In the commune, we all come. Okay. What are your fucking parting shots, you idiot?
Well, I think my parting shot is that clearly, like, camp was extremely important to us in ways. And I think I was talking about being a corny student ambassador, but it really did, like, teach me how to learn how to get to know people outside of your world. And that has served me much further than some of the other skills I learned during that time period. And thank God for camp.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I think as I think about this, like, we just created a false world, right? We envision this. I think my parting shot is that, like, it doesn't have to be fake.
Yeah.
Like, yes, the grandeur of it all, but there are little things that we can do every day.
Yeah.
Like, treat work as camp. Get to know someone else. Think about what people are living that's different from what you're living. Like, we as adults, like, I think sometimes, even me, I get really comfortable. I get really content, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, find the little joy in the small things. Like,
try on a new skin, as you were saying.
Yeah, like, don't stop. Oh my God, that's it, right? Don't stop shedding layers and like discovering new ones. I think that is the parting shot.
Just like that jar of sand. We're layered, baby.
Layered. Oh my God.
Right.
Okay, so time for Yeehaw to Yes Queen.
Let's do it.
Which, if you go on one of my excursions, you will feel both Yeehaw
and Yes
Queen. But for those of you who may be new, tuning in later, watching on YouTube for the first time, this is the part of the show where producer Sammy will flash things on the screen that we've talked about there during this episode that we don't know about, but we will rate them on a scale of Yeehaw to Yes Queen. And a reminder that Yeehaw and Yes Queen are not bad, both equally good.
Up to interpretation.
We are both Yeehaw and Yes Queen at our core. Ready, go.
T9 predictive texting.
Depends on how good you were at it.
I got pretty good at the end. It's probably the reason why my
carpal tunnel.
Yeah, I got
twisted
carpal tunnel.
Trace back to T9.
T9. Yeehaw.
What's Yeehaw? Because it's like we learned that in our Yeehaw days.
Yeah.
But if you were advanced, it's Yes Queen.
Yeah.
The way people could whip out. What was the Motorola phone that was like the first camera phone with like the blue on the side? That. Same. Yeah. I remember like literally saving up my birthday money to go buy it.
Yep.
Yeah. Great.
All-American Rejects.
Straight jacket. Hold me down from backing up. No, I'm butchering it.
They're Yes Queen because of the Dirty Little Secret music video where they not only talked about gay sex at church camp, but also like all these other dirty little secrets. Yeah. And Dirty Little Secrets are definitely Yes Queen.
And I'm going to listen to Straight Jacket Feeling immediately after this. Yeah. And it's going to be Yes Queen. And in the Straight Jacket, you break out of it, and that's your Yes Queen, and that's All-American Rejects.
I love that. Transformation.
I
mean, my God.
Well, goddamn God.
We have really built a world that I want to live in.
Oh, what a world. I don't want to leave.
There's a Casey song for everything.
Everything.
Well,
and with that, tune in next week.
Thank you for listening. And y'all come back now. You're queer.
I didn't even do the first part, but you beat me to it. Whatever. They'll still come back.
Queer Coded Country is created and hosted by Hunter Poole and Tucker Travis, produced and edited by Sammy Junio.